Not the bees! Not the bees. Let's see. I think we committed suicide just now. Oh, wait, what? Greetings, denizens of the interwebs. I'm Lord Akantos. Welcome back to Milking Insects in Space. Last time we discovered this mighty big queen insect thing here that is being milked for a tree, apparently, at least. And that is releasing some sort of foul gas things, and for some reason there is a very red smiley face hovering above whenever it releases that stuff. But now there is one apparently functional computer terminal here, so let's check what we can discover through this. Hydroponics, Queen Chamber, and Akiza Tenschu personal logs. Let's read through those first and then see what we can potentially do with this. Now, February 20th. Oh, praise God Almighty, I couldn't be happier. Dr. Gray took me to one side and told me that I was the only person who had the skill and ability to take control of the nursery. He promoted me on the spot and said that I was now personally responsible for the Queen. The royal jelly that she produces has proved to be incredibly useful. I discovered through my own analysis that not only is the jelly an essential nutrient for the insect population, but that it has other amazing physical properties too. It accelerates molecular bonding in certain substances, acting as a thickener for many natural substances while also regenerating their natural properties. With some engineering, I imagine we could turn this into a true medical breakthrough. I imagine doctors in hospital wards on Earth using our bonding agent to heal wounds instantly. Perhaps finally the Tenschu name will be revered in medical history instead of reviled. Yeah, she was the one whose ancestor was in the eugenics wars, or during them did some questionable things. But what is this jelly? Does the milk have something to do with the production of the jelly, actually? March 10th. The Queen is a temperamental little thing, a fiery lady to be sure. Ah, but Queenie, you forget. I grew up in a family with more than one fire-breathing dragon. If I can handle my mother, I can certainly handle you. Ha! Although, when she is milked, she's rather docile. I dare say she's rather attached to me. I'm sure I heard her purring at me. That's the only way I can describe it. I'm aware that she's a bug and all, but it sounded rather like approval. My parents kept hives of bees, so I've never been squeamish over insects, and I can tell the difference between aggression and favor. I'm still the only person who can get close without being bitten, and her bite can leave one hell of a mark, let me tell you. Hodgkins said he'll report his side effects upon his return from sick leave. Oh, I guess Hodgkins got bitten then. In other news, Dr. Myrick, one of Dr. Gray's subordinates, has requested samples of the jelly for experiments with his tree resins. He thinks it might have a use as an industrial adhesive. This is a little way from my original intention, but I do suppose it's a start. So is the resin here the result of an experiment or just basically accidental coincidence? August 12th, I try so hard to be positive, but to be the person whose enthusiasm never once flags nor fails. But when you start hearing rumors that appall you to your very core, I tried to shrug it off, but recently it's become harder to deny it. I've been hearing sounds from the elevator shafts, the sounds of a wailing infant crying out in pain before suddenly being silenced. That is no rumor. Sometimes I lay awake at night and I swear I can hear the crying of children. I can't be dreaming. I saw Ingracia to confess my fears. He gave me a prescription to help me sleep, but something in his eyes said that he knew I was hearing something real, and worse, it was something he was hearing too. More rumors. Dr. Milan is using children in his research. I have to ignore it. If it were true, Kane would remove him immediately, surely. Who's this naive, really? Especially when you're in a spaceship in the middle of nowhere. Very much out of reach of anyone, as such. Even Dr. Gray appears to find it an uncomfortable subject for discussion, And this is a man who slept easily when Isaac got his left cheek torn off by the Queen. Oof. September 22nd. Is Dr. Gray short of staff again? Once again I'm being forced to manage multiple projects, only this time it's an examination of an acutely destructive new spore that seems to have infected a few of the pods. First observations. It's a parasitic fungus that grows faster than a common weed, and like a common weed, I feel it should be destroyed. But I know that Dr. Gray won't do it. He, like many of the other senior doctors, sees any new species as something to be exploited or weaponized. October 31st. In the darkness, something stirs. I can't say what. I'm too afraid to find out what it is. When Ivan and Theo disappeared a month back, we assumed they'd somehow deserted. That was the official stance taken by Dr. Milan and the board anyway. Last night's events proved that there is something on board with us, though God knows where it's from. The Queen was more rambunctious than I've seen her before, and milking her was certainly more challenging than I'm used to. Edmund was assisting. We've been short on staff and some of our volunteers are simply refusing to show for work. The Queen's environment has been disturbed a great deal, and so her violent tendencies are more pronounced. Edmund was on his way out of hydroponics when it happened. A thing, something, pulled him into one of the air ducts. I didn't see much. I saw him walking towards the decontamination chamber, and the next moment his legs were kicking in the air as whatever it was dragged him up and into the ceiling, while he squealed like a pig. I'm resigning tomorrow. I did not sign up for mad science. I came to Kane to serve humanity and clear my family's name, not watch my crewmates be slaughtered by a species that Dr. Milan refuses to confirm or deny. Yeah, not to mention that being here did the opposite of clearing your family's name, pretty much. December 3rd. If only I'd resigned when I said I would. And if only they hadn't ignored my demands to have the infernal fungus destroyed. It's growing over me now, over my skin. It's burrowing into my flesh. The insects attacked again today, and it seems to only worsen. Dr. Gray was destroyed by a swarm of them, and now he is only fertilizer for that ever-ravenous mold he was so curious about. The uninfected are making an attempt to escape. This doesn't include me. The emergency flares keep the bugs away. I told them to give me the flare to hold back the bugs so they could get away. I hope they escape soon. This fungus is making my head feel funny. I'm sure I can feel it growing through my ear canal. So yeah, there's several things clearly here seem to be at play. There's this fungus taking over. There are the clones / creatures, whatever were grown. There are now the insects as well. And apparently the creatures skin people and wear their skins. But then what happened to the people that the fungus took over? Unless they turn into those creatures. This is getting mighty interesting. Let's see emails. Reply from Dr. Gray to foolish pranks. Azika, with the greatest respect, could you please stop the ridiculous pranks your group insists on carrying out in the fertilization chambers? I will admit that they're hardly dangerous, but they are undignified. I certainly wouldn't like to be present when a Kane inspector stumbles upon young Theodore racing in front of the Queen, hands above his head while shouting, "I'm covered in bees!" It is unprofessional. Please instruct them to cease their foolishness at once. Kind regards, Dr. Gray. Well, like I've said before, I don't think anyone working here was sane, at least not near the end anymore, in one way or another, so it's a matter of spirit from Dr. Wei to Tenschu. Akiza, don't worry. Yeah, there was I didn't even realize. The K and Z had swapped places here. Asika instead of Akiza. Whoops. Don't worry, I don't think that you're losing your mind. Ghosts are a possibility, but I suspect what you're hearing is perhaps the sounds of devices playing in other parts of the ship. I do believe at the moment that the corporeal world and spirit world are very much divided. So try to calm yourself. If you would like, I can talk to someone in cargo storage about those sounds. But I wouldn't worry about it. This island is full of noises, but pay them no mind. For once I'm quoting Shakespeare and not the Bible. Get some sleep and maybe do fewer night shifts, Eleanor. Yeah, night shifts probably don't help anyone in this kind of place. With their sanity and everything else. Okay, it is time to go run in front of the queen and yell, "Not the beast! Not the beast!" Let's interact. Let's see. I think we committed suicide just now. Oh, wait, what? What are you doing, John? Did he rip off a pincer?
I was too close.
He did. We just went to maul this beautiful, innocent insect. They're just living their life, I mean. Damn, man. Come on. That's cruel. Okay, time to head to the lower right section. Checkpoint. Oh, spores in the air, definitely. And a thick vine. A growth agent has spurred this section of vine to flourish. It's now half as thick around as the hatch you entered through. We're getting some actual music again for a change, like more melodic, let's put it this way. An overgrown tree, the vines are winning a slow, methodical war to bend and rip this tree from its roots in the floor below. This tree is a perfect example of a species that has been gene-tailored for generations to grow perfectly in hydroponic environments on vessels, lunar stations, and asteroid mining settlements. There's a moss-covered metal wall here. Moss has spread across the surface of this wall, feeding on elements of the ore. Let's see what we can find here. Overgrown hanging vine stretches across the room, its tendrils hanging down like a centipede's legs. You can't tell whether it's wrapped around an existing structure or whether it traveled the distance on its own accord. Oh, these are insects swarming great clusters, their bodies luminous like fireflies. So we'll probably have to be careful not to go too close. There's a corpse here, helmsman Chris Rogers. Probably consumed or killed by the swarm. Oxygen collection tank. A gentle hiss indicates the oxygen collection tank continues to cycle. There's another one. A soft mechanical inhalation sound is audible here, while the tank collects oxygen produced by the room's abundant plant life. Yeah, and fans. This one's spinning a bit faster than the others. This fan's constant spin sends a heady blend of botanical scents through the room. Overgrown seedlings. Young plants are massively overgrown, overflowing their growth chambers in a desperate attempt to reach the continuously burning hydroponic lights. Ah, this is... I thought this was like a tree trunk at first, but it's a shadowed, collapsed bridge. The flora here grew steadily, wrapping its limbs around the catwalk. Slowly, but inexorably, the flora pulled at the metallic structure until it collapsed. Oh, it's coming from an observation platform. Observation point to towers above the growth pods, providing an incredible view of the lush Eden below. Yeah, lush is definitely a suitable description. Slower fan spins sluggishly as the vines through the gap in the blades have begun to wrap around it. Okay, so these are slowing because of the vines and plants are getting in them. Corpses. Jim Taylor, senior security personnel. And Charles A. Young, security personnel as well. Nothing else. Oh, there's a third oxygen collection tank. Collects oxygen produced by the bountiful fauna in hydroponics. Yes. Okay, we can interact. Oh, we can continue further this way. Let's check the first oxygen collector.
Oxygen levels increasing.
Oh. The sprouts in this planter have surged forth, straining to reach the hydroponic lights above. Missed that description. This is probably dangerous, but yep. We're not getting to the second one. We are... Sorry, John. Your history. Space history. Okay, now let's see. What do we have in our inventory? We have the Queen's pincer. What if we try to use it to the insect swarm? No.
Crazy.
Did we forget something in the terminal since we read the logs? Yes, we did. Of course we did. Oh, and there are reports here. The Queen's life cycle, week 93. Monday, healthy, docile, responsive to stimuli, milking as normal. Tuesday, no activity. Wednesday, healthy, heightened aggression, recommended milking with only experienced staff. Thursday, no activity. Friday, healthy, highly aggressive, 3 personnel wounded in milking. Saturday, healthy, quiet, unusual brooding behavior, milking normal. Sunday, healthy, aggressive, 1 fatality via venom pouches. Activate suction pumps. Holy shit, that seems quite a violent milking procedure. This receptacle stores the processed milk. Oh, can we use this with the insects to get past them? Queen's milk. Yeah, as usual, I just forgot to do something. I guess we backed out straight after reading the logs. Oh well, okay. The oxygen there is still now running, so... Did we use this to the swarm? Nope. Okay, since we did the milking, let's save. Just so we don't have to do that again.
No. Crazy.
Or is it enough if we just have this milk with us that we can get through the insects without them killing us? Nope. It's not. Nope. Yeah, I think we need to find something to, like, use as flex tape to slap on this cracked glass on the vaporizer to get it airtight. Tree sap, amber, could work, but how do we... It says it trickles from the tree, though most of it is hardened. But shall we smack it with the pistol?
Crazy.
I guess not.
Although...
What about the pincer?
Crazy.
Oh. Okay, pierced amber. The sap wells up as you pierce the amber deposit and it slowly spreads across the floor like honey. It's pungent and sweet. Okay. We got some tree sap. Let's try to patch up the glass with this then. Oh, maybe we can... Do we need to put the milk here into the vaporizer? And will that take it to the other room then? To calm the insects down? Let's see. Let's try to put the sap on the...
See it working like that.
Can we glue the metal plaque on it with it? Metal plaque with sap? I guess we can. Flex tape. Smack. Okay. But, okay, so should we put the milk here? Yes. Okay, I guess now we'll go use this activate vaporizer. Oh no, we got something now. Vaporized queen pheromone. Oh, okay. How do we use it with the insects then? Do we... Oh, shall we just put this now to the releasing oxygen? Let's save. Man, this has taken me a while. Okay.
I can't see it working
No?
like that.
To the insect swarm? Okay. Ah, it's a good thing we saved. Oh, what if we now toss it to the fan? Will John throw it? Yes.
I hate bugs.
Oh! Oh, I did not expect that to happen, but damn! Another space insect species extinct. Thanks, John! Okay.
Oxygen levels increasing to dangerous levels.
In what sense? Oh yeah, I forgot we can move. Maybe we shouldn't have done this yet. Before we actually go check what's ahead. Let's go check what's ahead before we use the third tank.
It's beautiful.
Yes, especially here.
Garden's my favorite part of any ship. Green, full, natural.
Okay, let's see what's here other than nice reflections in the water. Verdant plant life covers nearly every surface of the room. There's a bridge and observation platform here spans a pair of observation platforms. Yeah, on both sides. There's something on that bridge there. I think it's just growth, probably. There's a body engulfed in vines. Vines surround this body so completely that you're surprised when you notice it still draws breath. Unconscious, this soul must have been resting here for a while, unless the vines grew incredibly quickly. I have a feeling this is one of those fat-grown things, probably. Oh, there's clearly an oxygen collecting tank here too, but it's not interactable or even examinable. The slow fan, leaves hanging near this fan rustle softly as they sway slowly in the breeze. All three, yes. Oh, there's a corpse on the... Oh, look at that. There's a few corpses and blood trails here. Drakon, crewman. Out of blood. Donald Fryer, protocol officer. There's a doorway up here. The recessed lights around this door glow faintly, indicating that it's still powered up. Or is that actually below? Can't really tell. Probably up. Up there. But we have a way of getting there. Oh, look at that. Is this a flare? Oh, is this the body of the... who asked to be left a flare? Was it the... Akiza? Whatever her last name was. Or his. Not even sure. Marcos H. Valdez III, Training Academy personnel. In a water collection pool. Every so often, the overflow from this collection pool spills onto the human form below, anointing its face with water. Okay, and there's a corpse here, Frank Fleury, bartender. And this looks almost like contemporary art made from bodies. And this corpse actually looks like it's a skull. It almost looks like it's smiling or grinning. And it's just sitting here, chilling. This vine ripples like the sinews of a giant's arm. If the vine continues to grow, the metallic support slat won't last much longer. This hanging vine from the bridge, you almost expect to see some kind of simian beast shimmying along the vine. Or a guy going, oh, and so on and so forth. There's bloody handprints there. Did someone try to get through to the fan? Because that fan isn't spinning. Maybe. Oh, we can go somewhere further from here as well, still. Let's see. Oh, fuck. Where are we? There's John. Okay, we see the vines that are thick and twisted. The thick, muscular vine seems to pulse with life. If it grows anymore, the metal supports beneath it will collapse. More fans that spin bravely on. A thick organic growth. Yeah, it looks a bit different from the others. This growth twists upward like a horned blemish bursting forth from skin. Its surface is firm but porous, different from the vines and trees surrounding it. Yeah, and seems to have a breathing thing. Eleanor Way. She is encrusted with fungus and vines, a human nerve center for the twisting growths around her. Appallingly, she is still alive. Maybe mechanically. Question is, is she alive? Are her brains alive? As such. Corpses surrounded by flies or other insects maybe. Grayson Wendell, cook. Ingo Godau, nurse, General Science Division. The vines form a lush carpet that covers the rough metal flooring. Lots of planting here. Yes. Like the millions of silky steel wires in a suspension cable, the overgrown vines here have braided themselves so densely that the corridor is completely blocked. So we can't go there. There are stuck fans here too. Vines have grown through the air ducts to impede the functioning of the fans. Ah, there's a PDA. I'm guessing that's Eleanor Way's PDA. Stagnant water collection pool. Algae has left scum over the surface of the water of this stagnant pool. Yeah, don't see much else. There doesn't seem to be, any further exits anywhere since this is completely blocked. So, question is, which one do we check first? Eleanor. Oh. Eleanor or the PDA? I would say Eleanor. But folks, that's for the next episode. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day and or night. See you next video.